Namaste friends. Today I will be talking to you about constant mesh gearbox. Constant mesh gearbox is another variant of gearbox. If we compare it with sliding mesh gearbox, the difference is that gear wheels mesh continuously in this type of gearbox, and therefore it is called constant mesh gearbox. Another difference is to use dog clutches to permit the transfer of motion through desired pair of gears to output shaft. Otherwise, its construction is quite similar to sliding mesh gearbox. Looking at the diagram of constant mesh gearbox, it has shaft ES where output from engine is available after it passes through clutch. The shaft has pinion P mounted on it. The pinion meshes with gear wheel A. This gear wheel is mounted on lay shaft LS. The axis of lay shaft is parallel to that of shaft ES. The lay shaft LS has a twin gear wheel BC mounted on it. It has one more gear wheel D mounted on it. As can be observed from the diagram, twin gear wheel BC is meshing with twin gear wheel EF. Similarly, gear wheel D is meshing with gear wheel G through idler I. Twin wheels EF and gear wheel G are mounted on main shaft MS. This is almost similar to what we have seen in sliding mesh gearbox. Referring back to the diagram, you may notice two dog clutches D1 and D2 on the main shaft MS. One of these, that is D1, is located between pinion P and twin wheel EF. The other one, D2, is located between twin wheel EF and gear wheel G. The dog clutches have been shown in section. These are provided with claw teeth. It may be noticed that similar claw teeth are provided on pinion P and on both sides of twin wheel EF and also on gear wheel G. The claw teeth provided on dog clutches and gear wheels have same profile. This gives firm contact. Also, it makes the drive positive and motion is transferred without loss. The main shaft is provided with splines as is evident from the diagram. The purpose of splines is to make possible the movement of dog clutches along the axis. Again, as we have seen earlier also, there is no relative rotary motion between dog clutches and main shaft MS. Rotary motion is transferred from dog clutches to main shaft MS without any loss. Main shaft acts as output shaft of the gearbox. The shafts ES, LS and MS are supported at the ends in gearbox casing. The gearbox casing is so designed that the shafts can rotate freely but at the same time are supported properly. Also, rotation of twin gear wheels EF and gear wheel G is completely independent of rotary motion of output shaft. Only motion through dog clutches is being transferred to output shaft. These requirements make the construction of gearbox quite complicated. For the sake of simplicity, these details have not been included here. The presentation aims at explaining the basic details of construction and working. Let us now try to understand the working of constant mesh gearbox. Rotary motion is available at shaft ES. Through pinion P, it is transferred to gear wheel A. This causes rotary motion of lay shaft LS as A is mounted on it. This rotary motion is transferred to twin gear wheel BC and gear wheel D. As the twin gear wheel BC is meshing with twin gear wheel EF, the rotary motion is transferred to wheel EF. Similarly, rotary motion is also transferred to gear wheel G, but through idler I. The diameters of gear wheels are different, and so are the number of teeth possessed by them. This provides different gear ratios. This makes possible different outputs available depending upon the gear ratio. Also, the torque available at output shaft varies with the gear ratio. To allow the output from a particular drive, dog clutches are operated. Through selector mechanism, they are made to move along the axis of the shaft towards left or right. As already said, the contact between dog clutch and wheel is established through claw teeth. Let us try to understand the engagement of different gears. First gear. Here, dog clutch D2 takes position as shown in the diagram. It is moved towards left and claw teeth provided on it mesh with claw teeth on the gear wheel F. The motion that is already available at twin wheel EF is transferred through dog clutch D2 to output shaft MS. In this situation, dog clutch D1 is in neutral position. So, the ratio between the speeds of engine shaft and main shaft is speed of engine shaft divided by speed of main shaft is equal to number of teeth in A divided by number of teeth in P multiplied by number of teeth in F divided by number of teeth in C and is equal to, say, N1. Second gear. D2 attains neutral position. Dog clutch D1 moves towards right. Its claw teeth mesh with claw teeth provided on gear wheel E. So now the motion is being transferred through pinion P to wheel A to wheel B and then to wheel E. Through dog clutch D1, it gets transferred to output shaft MS. The ratio between the speeds of engine shaft and main shaft is given by speed of the engine shaft divided by speed of main shaft is equal to number of teeth in A divided by number of teeth in P multiplied by number of teeth in E divided by number of teeth in B. Let this be equal to, say, N2. Third gear. The dog clutch D1 moves towards left. The claw teeth on it mesh with claw teeth provided on pinion P. So the motion is directly transferred to output shaft MS. The gear ratio is 1. In this case, the speed of output shaft MS is equal to the speed of shaft ES. In all the three situations above, the direction of rotary motion changes as it is transferred to lathe shaft. The direction of motion again changes as the transfer of motion occurs between lathe shaft and main shaft. Assuming the shaft ES rotating in clockwise direction, so lathe shaft LS would be rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Transfer of motion to main shaft would again change the direction of motion. So main shaft MS would be rotating in clockwise direction again. Therefore, shaft ES and output shaft MS are rotating in same direction, that is clockwise direction. Reverse gear. For movement of the vehicle in reverse direction, the reverse gear is engaged. For this, the dog clutch D2 moves towards right. Its claw teeth meshing with claw teeth provided on gear wheel G. Dog clutch D1 attains neutral position here. The motion gets transferred from pinion P to gear wheel A to shaft LS to gear wheel D and then through idler I to gear wheel G. From gear wheel G through dog clutch D2, it is transferred to output shaft MS. Now let us consider the direction of motion. Again assuming the shaft ES rotating in clockwise direction. Lay shaft LS and so gear wheel D would be rotating in anti-clockwise direction. Idler I would be rotating in clockwise direction. Therefore, gear wheel G would rotate in anti-clockwise direction. The output shaft MS will also rotate in anti-clockwise direction. So, in this case, we have shaft ES rotating in clockwise direction and output shaft MS is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. That is, the two shafts are rotating in directions opposite to each other. This will cause the vehicle to move in reverse direction. Idler I only changes the direction of rotary motion. The described gearbox has 3 forward gear ratios and 1 reverse gear ratio. In this type of gearbox, gear wheels with helical or double helical tooth profile are generally used. They make its operation less noisy. The teeth on the dog clutch are also less liable to damage. For improved working of gearbox, synchromesh device is used. Shifting gears becomes quiet and smooth in gearboxes with synchromesh device. In constant mesh gearbox, synchromesh device can be readily included. In present times, almost all the vehicles are using gearboxes with synchromesh device. I would be talking to you about synchromesh device in next episode. Thanks for watching this episode.